Hello. Welcome, everybody. Hey. It is nice to see you. Welcome to an emergency episode of Cap Hill. Thank you guys for joining. This was impromptu, so please don't uh, charge it to my mind and definitely not my heart. But of course, since it is, what everybody is talking about and it's stuff that I cover, why not get into it? So hopefully you guys can hear me. And I do hope you can. Welcome to everybody who popped in the room. Uh, L, what's going on? Hey, what's up, Beach? How are you? Starbella, what's going on? Patty Duke, Patty, what's going on? Jay Parrish, how are you? Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. And Patty Duke, yeah, I am with you. I am not surprised. I mean, part of me, a little piece of me, I'm not gonna lie, thought that maybe he would at least get charged on one uh, on Rosenbaum because of how that whole thing happened. Uh, I at least thought maybe if we were pushing towards the right direction where people were going to be held accountable for their actions, then that's where we were going. But yeah, I mean, same old, same old. But what all this brought to my attention as I was actually driving to get a nose ring because I lost mine last night, and I was running before I started working. I was running to go pick one up um, from the tattoo place. I thought of something, and my thought was um, Trayvon Martin, and I thought Trayvon was around the same age when he was killed by an unarmed teenager by an armed vigilante wannabe cop patrol loser that wasn't really making nothing of himself, um, being a person of the other. I ain't gonna say color because I can't even give him that much of dignity, but being um, a person who was not fully white himself, to feel like he had the right and authority to be judge, jury, and executioner. Um, and I say all that to say my thought went to how people quickly ran to Kyle's defense and he's just young, he's so young, and he has the rest of his life to live, and this, that, and the other, and he's such a young boy. He was only a kid, he's only a child. And I'm looking at this judge and how gleeful and cheerful he is, and he couldn't even contain his excitement for the fact that this boy was found not guilty. The judge couldn't even contain himself, and he's the one who's supposed to be able to contain himself at all times. He couldn't even contain his glee of excitement that this, wannabe uh, got off. But like I said, my thought went to Trayvon Martin because he was around about the same age. And immediately when this happened to Trayvon, um, we got all these Facebook pictures of him doing what a lot of our young people do as far as they get some Christmas money or some extra money from something. They'll put them all together or put a whole bunch of dollar bills together with a couple of 20s on top and use it as a cell phone or do some dumb stuff like that. Or even if they realize that, one of their friends has access to some sort of firearm, when they think it's cool to take a picture and post it. Now, in no way am I saying, that I'm for it either way. I think, it's foolish, but I do notice how when things like that happen between the two of us, the justice, and not only justice, but media paints this picture of us and our young people as not being children, as our young people as being adults, and regardless of whatever situation, they're always adults. They're always, oh no, look, they were involved in this, and look, this what happened, and look, this child was suspended. Not once did we hear about anything that Kyle had done outside of just being a young white teenager who happened to make a dumb decision and take his childish ass to a grown person's atmosphere at that time of night to do what? To do what? Because had he ended up dead because somebody felt like he was a threat or he was an active shooter, then what? So I don't know. I just felt really bad. I felt my thoughts went to Trayvon and his mother, who was also vilified for, not being a good mother, or why was he there? He should have, and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, and no one questions this white woman who, whether she allowed her son to go or not, had no kind of parental authority over him to even say, hey, where are you going? Like, you can't go out there and nothing, you just let him do whatever he wants. And, the world is an oyster to him. And that's just what a lot of these people think. And yeah, I get it. As far as the technicalities, we can go back and forth on, I don't think they were ever going to convict him because of this, because of that. But a lot of times what it boils down to is really what's in front of our face. Sometimes we go over these labels and all of these things where it, makes everything look good, and it doesn't really talk about the underlying issue, because the underlying issue is very clear. Trayvon Martin was never considered a child. It was never looked at like, oh, this grown man was, not only was he stalking a child like a pedophile, he then proceeded to accost the child and tried to fight the child until the child fought back and beat his ass. And then he wanted to pull out a gun. But Trayvon Martin was never given that. Even in his death, was never given that that look, that glimpse. It was always definitely looking at him as, oh, that's a thug. Look how much time he's been in trouble. He's been suspended. He had to go here. He had to go there. We talking about all of his situations with his family, why his parents divorced, how long they haven't been together. All of this we were talking about. Yet and still, with this white boy, we ain't talk about none of that. An incident happened where he jumped in a fight with his sister, and not to defend his sister, but clearly just jumped in the fight to beat on this girl, and it's not talked about. He lied on the stand, and it's nothing. So, I mean, again, I'm not surprised, because, of course, those white jurors looked at him and they saw their own grandkids and their own, children and all that. So, of course, when they consider making a verdict, they think of their children. And what if their children did this? And I would hope somebody would have compassion for them. But it's really funny how the lack of compassion that they have towards us, and sometimes that we even have towards our own people, is really disgusting. Almost to the point where I thought to myself, and this is all in driving, and I mean, I'm really only a couple minutes away, like not even 5 minutes away from the tattoo place, that I thought, well, maybe we need to have our own justice system where we have our own jurors that look like us, and they could have their own jurors that look like them. And I know a lot of people like, oh, that's going back into segregating, but I feel like we will not get a fair shake at anything until we really like separate but very equal. I don't think we'll get a fair shake at anything. I just don't. Those my thoughts. You're free to hit the link. I did drop it. So if you want to share, you don't have to show your face or anything like that if you don't choose to. I'm not going to be on here too long. Brother Nate, I do see you. Let me know when you're ready. But I just felt like I needed to say something. And I know a lot of times people are saying a lot of things, but I know sometimes people, y'all want to hear me. I want to talk to y'all. So it's all good and all gravy. Hey, how you doing, sir?
Fine, man. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody?
Hey,
Answer me this question. Answer me this question, if you can. Why are white men all of a sudden so afraid?
They've always been afraid. Their courage. Hey, what's up, Conscious? Their courage and BB Nice. How are you? Simply success. Simplify success. How are you? I'm sorry about that, but they've always been afraid. Their Superman courage is carrying a gun. Their Superman courage is carrying a gun. It's not only carrying a gun; it's the ability to carry the gun and be totally in their right to carry it. Meaning that even if they're not supposed to, they can still carry it and go, I was in fear for my life and I shot a person and be perfectly fine. Yeah, we cannot do that.
Here, when they're the actual aggressor.
Right. When they're
then turn around and say, I was in fear for my life. Nobody told you to take your ass down there in the first place.
That's it. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Even
that's in both of these cases.
Right. Even in the Trayvon Martin, they told you, hey, don't even let us handle it. Don't even engage. You took it upon yourself. You know what? I'm not going to wait for them. I'm going to go do it. It's like there has to be a part of your psyche that that the laws don't matter to you. The laws do not even, they have no merit to what you do as a white person. The laws are for everybody else. It's not for you. Because at the end of the day, there's some way that you can get out of it. Some way. I mean, it disgusts me how even gleeful. Here you are, an old ass man, a judge, a grandfather, a great grandfather, that you couldn't find some sort of chastisement in that boy going to a place where grown folks were getting scared because, of course, somebody was going to approach you. Because if anything, you sitting there waving that gun around at people, you lucky somebody didn't knock your head off because of the simple fact that you walking around here threatening folks like, you better do what I say. Yo, come on. But again, because when you're the right complexion for the protection, it is what it is. And
shout out to Paul Mooney.
Right. Shout out to the late Paul Mooney. But it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Like, I think enough's enough. And we really need to be proactive. And you know what? Fine, cool. I don't even want to do these juries where it's like, oh, one white person, one black person. Nope. If it's a case where can we get an all black jury? Now, see that we will have an issue with that. They'd be all splitting over media. Oh, it was one white juror, and all these black jurors. Why can't we have it? Y'all always make sure y'all have it, just like this Ahmaud Arbery case. I can bet the money I have on a paycheck that juror number 12 is black. Juror number 12 is black. I don't know that for sure because I haven't seen her or him. But the way they keep going after juror number 12, they don't have no issue with no other juror but juror number 12. Mm-hmm. And if you know anything, you know that there's only one black juror on that entire jury stand.
Yeah, because they only made mention of it when they were doing that when he was choosing at the very end.
That's it.
And they actually gave you the racial breakdown.
Right. That's it. And then on top of that, every time, I mean, that juror can blink their eyes too long and instantly at the end, they will go, I want to make a motion that we look into or remove juror number 12. I want to make a motion. And the whole bench So yeah, I agree. I agree. And she's sitting over there like, I've watched juror number 12. I don't see anything that juror number 12 has done. The judge will go, oh, I'll go back there and ask them a couple questions and see if they're paying attention. Why are we so fixated on juror number 12? All them jurors you have to be worried about a fate. You're worried about juror number 12. Why? Come on.
Yeah,
it's like, take the blinders off already, people. Take the fucking blinders off. I cannot stand this. Oh, well, this, that, and the other. The reality is they weren't going to let that white boy be charged with murder.
No. You knew that from the very beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
When he started dismantling what they could actually charge him for, which was the one that would have really stuck, even though it was like the minimal. The gun charge was the one that was dismissed.
Right, exactly. But the judge knew that. That's why he dismissed it. Because if anything, we're going to charge you with that because you weren't supposed to have the gun. But if the judge is allowed to take that off the table, then what can you charge him with? Because you can either still say, well, he did feel attacked. I mean, but anybody trained with a firearm would know if you can disarm your person to have them fall on the ground, then they're no longer a threat. You just keep it moving. And if you know where you shot him, where is he going with a shattered pelvis, whole hip gone? Where is he going?
Now I want to know, as far as the gun law. Now I know, like here where we are, back in the day, you could have a shotgun or rifle and not have to have a license and not be of a certain age. That's because it was a weapon that could not be concealed.
Right.
That's why you would always have the problem if a person had a sawed off, because it can be concealed.
Right.
So I'm wondering, this is an assault weapon. It's not for hunting.
Right. No.
You know, it is a semi-automatic weapon. You know, shotguns are 1 to 2 shots, then you have to reload. You have to have time to break it down and clear out.
No, these are the same type of weapons that they were using in school shootings. This is why I don't understand people are like, oh, he's young, he made a young mistake. Yo, those are the same
words. What did I tell you about those school shootings? They told them a long fucking time ago, and they showed them a long time ago that we can let them kill your kids.
That's it.
But we want to be able to have our people have guns and they can do whatever their First Amendment rights.
This shit is ridiculous. It really is. You got
and they should have been outraged them when they were shooting their fucking babies in school.
Right.
And you got
Philando Castile, who had a gun license and could carry. And the man asked him, you have any weapons? I'm a gun carrier. I have a license. You go to grab it, instantly pop, 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 pop. You're going to sit there talking about, oh, it was an accident. I felt fearful for my life. But if you ask the motherfucker if he got a license and he told you, how can you then even give him an opportunity to pull the license out or to go, oh, my gun is under the seat. Can I remove it? Anything. You just pop gunshots into him in front of his children.
I guess say with a child and a passenger.
Come on, because you don't think of us as human. It's pure as that all, period.
Now let's think about what message is this sending. It's telling you
it's sending a whole lot of messages.
A peaceful protest.
That's it.
You can get some clowns to roll up carrying weapons to a peaceful protest
and light it up, and then talk about they was in fear for my life.
You can get capped too.
If you go along,
you have been nigged. Okay, you will be nigger by default. You can be capped too. That's what it tells you.
Right. So basically, what they're saying to you, and even what that verdict said to you, is keep your white ass home. Stay out of this, because when we're coming for them, when they decide to do a protest, and we decide to, protect our businesses that don't belong to us, but protect our businesses and streets and stuff. We don't, if you get caught out there, you're going to be, you're going down with the rest of them. Straight like the beginning of the purge. Like, I really don't understand why people are not catching on. This is starting to be something,
legalized murder.
Yeah, that's
You can
it.
get away with it.
That's
And
it.
also remember, these states have loosened and allowed for motorists
To
to
hit protesters.
hit
Yes,
protesters with their cars.
that's it. Yep. Florida was the first.
Well, like we didn't
Who is
expect it,
surprised?
right?
Right. Who is surprised?
Mhm.
Um,
And that's exactly what is happening.
Sorry, you guys. Let me go back up here and get some of these things. Sorry. Let's see.
And remember too, they make it so easy now that in some of these states you don't even have to have a license to
Right.
carry a
No, you
handgun,
don't.
a weapon that you can conceal. I believe we have to
Start
start
loving
loving.
each other. This is what the black people
Yeah,
team.
we
Yeah.
because a lot of us witnessed a lot of love from Stephanie Mills to Shaka Khan. Now, that was love.
We ain't gonna
That
talk
was-
about that. I said, what the hell is wrong with her? Is she?
Oh, well, I knew what was wrong with her, and I was kind of pissed because I was looking forward to that shit. But then,
yeah,
you know,
I was like, was you two?
yeah. So don't be upset because Stephanie couldn't hit that note when she was singing "Home" because she was singing her songs, Shaka songs.
Yeah, she was singing everybody's songs,
doing everybody's stuff. Something tells me that this is.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again.
He'll be a
Look at
Georgia.
Zimmerman couldn't help himself because he felt like
because now he feels entitled.
Yeah,
here's their poster boy. How you're gonna hear him making speeches and making the rounds with the Republicans.
Right.
I can guarantee.
Well, you know what you call it already. Sorry, I got a phone call. What you call it already said that he wanted to put him.
As an intern or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Gaetz.
Matt Gaetz, as if he got room to talk about anything.
Yeah, the child sex trafficker. Remember, this guy took a minor across 17-year-old girl that he was fucking on. That's the word.
Right. Yeah. Pretty much.
Taking her across state lines. That's child sex trafficking.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been really crazy.
And he's still there. And he's still there.
Right. And he's still sitting there. And no Republicans have come under arms and says, you know what, I think he needs to do right by the party and step down. And none of that, because they don't operate in that mind frame. Mm-hmm. But Democrats walking around, oh no, he should step down. I think this one should step down. No, like, come on, some of this stuff, if you're gonna let that man walk around there after it's been confirmed, his whole partner that's been in the mess with him has confirmed that they have had underage girls at these situations and have paid for them to travel to these particular parties and situations. So then what more do we need to talk about? Why is this man still sitting in Congress? But again, that's what it is. When you white, you right. And it's really ridiculous. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, I'm so over it.
Did you hear Biden's response?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, because it was kind of I've read two and they were conflicting. So one was saying that, you know, this is the law and trust in the law, whatever that bullshit is, pretty much. So
again, I'm not even surprised with him. Like, I wasn't looking for Joe to be hopeful, spiritual. Oh my gosh, the second coming of Obama. Joe was nothing but a nicer Trump. He's the same racist, bigoted person, but it's just like, I'd rather, like, at least I can get stuff done working with this one than I can get stuff done working with the other one. I mean, that's just really what it was. But like, all of this kind of drumming up this sense of, well, the law is the law. Well, tell that to tons of other young people that are sitting in jail right now for the same kind of somebody attacking them,
or
they shot, or less.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jess.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hey, Jess. How are you? You look refreshed and back.
I know. I was like, I looked at the name and looked at the thumbnail and looked at the name.
I said, like, this is crazy. Like, I really just don't get, like, the fuck. Like, wow. Like, really? Wow. This makes nobody reconsider or think about any of the other cases of young people that have died at the hands of "Oops, I was afraid for my life."
Well,
No,
that's gonna be the new slogan.
they were never looked at as children. I mean, even this case with Ahmaud Arbery, which is clearly hunted murder. Get this Negro out of my town, or get this Negro out of our area, where they hunted him 4 days, weeks, months, however long. When they first seen him, whether it was what's the Mama Bates name from the Bates Motel? Did she have a name, or was she just like Mother Bates?
She was just Mother Bates.
Okay, well, Travis McMichael's mom, Mother Bates, that bitch, she was. I think I seen a black man. He was in the robbing in the area. So and so Susie May got her car wrecked into. It was a black man. And then you going around telling your husband same old shit. It's never changed. The same shit they've been doing back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Same thing that killed Emmett Till and a bunch of others.
Yeah.
Many other black people. He's got these white women going around telling these fables, and then spreading it like wildfire, and then their husbands going out thinking, all right, let's go, son, and defend our honor and grab this gun and shoot up this boogeyman. And the reality is the shit wasn't even real. The person that was in these cars taking shit was another white person, because y'all leaving y'all doors unlocked. White people do drugs too, bitch. White people do meth.
I got two families around here. I've been watching. No, let me stop. Seriously.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. I mean, they were on this hunt for months looking for this boogeyman, and they don't even know for sure if it was Ahmaud the whole time. They have no idea, no clue whatsoever. But now you want to talk about, we're looking at a plea deal. I bet you are.
Oh yeah.
I bet you are, because your son got up there and fumbled. He fumbled the whole shit.
He fumbled the whole thing, and he tried to use white tears. Can somebody tell me where I can get some of them white tears at? They don't sell them at the flea markets, do they?
Because even that other white boy didn't even really have them. He did a whole lot of this.
No, but you saw that bitch almost faint.
Yeah, because I'm
sure you did a better job. They must have called somebody in to give him some acting lessons.
I'm just so old, like, yo, it's so crazy. It's so crazy to me. And you expect people to have faith in a justice system that clearly does not give.
Just remember, justice is a white woman.
Yes.
Justice is a white woman. Justice is a Karen with scales, okay?
A Karen with scales and a blindfold that she is peeking under and looking to see who's the whole time. So please. Save me with the bullshit. That's why I say at this point, bitch, we just need to have our own. Just don't even worry about it. Our own jurors. Just if they all black, let them be all black. I can't. For what? For what? What are we subjecting ourselves to?
Because you know what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah, you already know what it's going to be.
And they did it in, on TV. The whole world watched how this judge handled this
gleefully.
And I'm just surprised they have not checked him.
No, they're gonna check him now because
after the fact.
Over. Right, exactly. It's after the fact now. Now we're gonna go to the judicial review. Now the Supreme Court of that state is gonna put him under judicial review. Now it's gonna why didn't you put him under judicial review before? And then it's gonna discover that he's been biased in a lot of his judgments.
And you know what he'll do? He'll retire. His motherfucker's 70-something years old. He'll retire.
He's going to retire right now.
Right after
all this, he's going to write a little book. He's going to retire, write a book, and that's it. He already knows that this was going to be it. That's why he didn't give a goddamn. That's why somebody said, you know what? I'm going to try and trip this Negro up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut his ringer on when he goes to sit up on the bench, because I know his wife is going to call him around so-and-so time, or the alarm to let him know that it's time to take his medicine is going to come on, and it's got that song that Trump used to play at the rally. So I'm going to cut it on. So, when Trump it blasts in the courtroom.
If that wasn't a big signal right there.
Like, go.
You couldn't make that shit up in a movie,
You
okay?
couldn't. Not at all.
That's
Not at all.
in a movie. You could
Not
not
at
make
all.
that
It
shit up.
was just so crazy.
But like I said, from the very beginning, you could see that he was dismantling, making it easier
Right.
for the jury, you know,
It
to
was just
acquit
so
him of
crazy. Like
everything.
I can't even focus on.
So now it's pretty much legal that you can go to a peaceful protest with automatic weapons and feel threatened once you get there.
But they always feel threatened. That's what I'm saying. They always feel threatened. This is going to be the case, and then it's going to be, oh, well, don't engage them, because the minute you engage them, they're going to feel threatened. But
Your ass should have been there in the first place.
They can come to you and be all up in your face. That's why I'm just like, okay, well, we need to start having what's his name? Not Master P, but what's the
Master J?
Name? Master J, yes. We need to start having Master J.
His own shit going on now. They trying to get him on that.
Of course.
Get him on what, pointing at federal officers.
Yeah, pointing at federal officers.
Plain clothes federal officers in a plain vehicle.
Gun
How the fuck
charges.
you supposed to know you up on the roof?
Right. Gun charges and all types of stuff. Why? Because it's okay for them to walk around armed and vigilante. But when we start doing it, oh, it's a problem. Same thing. Here we go. History repeating itself. Panthers, the same thing. Oh, when they started walking around neighborhoods, like, all right, y'all want to keep shooting unarmed black folks and doing this and doing that. All right, do it while we walk in the neighborhoods.
Just boils down to be aware of your surroundings, be around who you're around.
Yeah, I mean, it's really crazy.
And if you go to these protests, you know, just keep an eye open. Because I guarantee you know, they were in there, you know, burning down and you know, causing scenes, damaging buildings and looting themselves, and they weren't actual protesters. They had infiltrated.
Right. And then that too, he made sure not to call them or reference them as victims. But if they were killed, killed at a protest, regardless, they were still victims. But again, that's what I'm saying about making that notation where you will quickly identify that they are not human, because they're not victims, they're rioters now. They're
rioters,
they're not human,
and looters.
So they're looters. So if they happen to die, well, that's the punishment you get for looting. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing when they look at us. It's like, oh, well, you didn't comply, and oh, well, he had bad past. Did you loot his criminal record? He's a criminal. When did that give anybody justification to kill and murder someone? It's still a person.
You're pretty much being reduced down to a non-human status.
Right.
It's easier, like I said, it's easier to put an animal down.
It's easy. Yeah. So here we go. And you know, that's why people like, oh, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Yeah, it is. It's sending a lot of signals, whether you know it or not. This is sending signals and waves.
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Beyond measure.
Yeah.
Beyond measure. You thought them little tiki torches was something. Okay. Watch when the next you know, white history statue goes down. Watch. Watch what they do.
Yeah.
Because you've given them this green light that this is okay.
They'll probably have to do like they did down in Virginia. They had to have snipers on the roof.
Right. Oh yeah, after he used his car to mow down the white girl.
Yeah,
and that's the only reason why it became the case that it did, because he happened to hit a white girl. Because all them other people you see he hit and went flying places, there was never no discussion.
Because the company that they had gotten to take it down, they were a black company. No other company wanted to do it.
Yeah,
because these people were actually they burned the contractors' cars and things like that.
Threatening their families and all types.
Yeah, threatening their families and all that. And the only group that would take it down was a black company.
Right.
But the stipulation is they wore hoods, they wore long sleeves, so nobody could identify who they were. Their trucks were unmarked, and they had to have the police department.
Yeah,
they also had snipers on the roof, and the whole area had to be blocked off. That was just to remove a statue, because these crazy crackers were out here. They wanted to have their Robert E. Lee statue.
Right. And not to mention that those same police officer crackers are part
Yeah,
of
probably
the
as part of the group. Yeah, of course.
So,
Well, that's always been the whole thing.
yeah.
And that's where the majority of your nepotism comes
Right.
in. I mean, here
Right.
you have a son-in-law. He don't, this motherfucker don't need a gun. He ain't got to go get. He don't have good sense.
Well, what does he need a gun for? But of course,
but we'll hire him because he thinks like we do.
Exactly. At the end of the day.
I wonder how long the civil suit will take from the two families.
Which one are you talking about?
The Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse.
Yeah. No, I was wondering how long it's going to take for the civil suit to be announced. Because you know that's the next route that they're going to go.
Not long. They're going to go that route. They probably already worked out some sort of preliminary deal. I'm sure. Just so they don't, kind of go crazy and tell other stuff to the media. So I'm sure, and it was like, okay, well, if this happens this way, we'll just give them a little more. But pretty much they've already worked something out. This other case, though, I just
also remember too, there's evidence that they have not, that the judge did not allow, that was pertinent. So that should come out in the civil suit.
Yeah, I mean, all of that'll come out in the civil suit,
and then it'll really be shitty then,
right?
Because you'll see how much that they've.
But again, they're not going to try. But again, they're not even gonna. They're not gonna go after that man's family and his money to get it. They're gonna put it on the city.
Yeah, because they're not gonna get them from him. What are they gonna get?
Right, that's the thing, and this is how they continue to still be able to do the shit they do, because they're still not going to be held responsible. He's not going to be held responsible for that.
But he's young and stupid enough to go out here and be cocky and somebody pop him. I actually see that. I see that happening.
No, I just think.
I mean, who goes to a bar? Okay. When you get let out on bail.
When you get let out on bail, underage.
Took your dumb ass home.
Underage at that. I find it to be totally ridiculous. Like, it makes no sense to me. I was just over the whole thing. Like I said, I know a lot of people were talking about it, and I just was like, no, you wanted to hear my 2 cents, but I was over it.
Well, like I said, it's white on white crime. I was more concerned about the Ahmaud Arbery case.
Yeah, it is white on white crime.
Surprised.
But then they even was like, somebody had said, I was watching a thing, and somebody had said, well, they were like Jewish, or they weren't really white, so it wasn't really white on white crime. And I'm just like, really? Are we really going?
Yeah, they're going there. Like I said, these are the same guys that are crying that
it was
they were afraid.
So crazy. I was so over it.
Take a deep breath, man.
I am.
You should have had a drink. No, because then you'd probably been louder.
I am, and that's why I'm gonna take myself off here and don't do that. But no, I just wanted to come on and share my thoughts and my 2 cents. And I know you guys are, going every which way and sharing your thoughts, but I don't know. I just think we need a system that's more reflective of us, because this
isn't, and it never has been
at all. This isn't at all.
Patty, he won't stay out of sight. Believe me.
No.
He'll be making the tour. He'll be down there with Trump.
That's what I'm saying.
Trump will invite him down there.
Yeah, Trump's gonna invite him down there. They're gonna have this huge rally. They're gonna really treat this kid like the golden boy. He's really gonna think that he can get away with any and everything.
If you ever thought that the judicial system wasn't broke, this tells you right here.
This tells you right here. Yeah. Because he's such a innocent kid. He's such a kid. Okay,
he's a kid. Mm-hmm.
A grown man was fighting a kid and killed a kid, and we're sitting up there talking about, well, we don't know who the aggressor was. How could you not? But a kid who happens to be white goes somewhere looking to have an altercation,
Oh yeah,
gets one,
show
and
up at the
still is
party
able
with
to
a
get away with it.
gun. What do you expect?
I don't know. I just find that I'm over it. Just the dumbness. I'm over it all.
Go back, toss a few. You be all right.
Yep, I am. Well, on that note, guys, it's been great. I just popped on a quick second just to be like, give my 2 thoughts on what was going on. So I will definitely holler at you all later. Any thoughts? Anything you want to share? Any final thoughts?
Watch out for white people. Good night.
Yeah. Yeah, white people are crazy. I can't deal with the crazy crackers. I just cannot believe, like, nobody.
Welcome to America.
But you spent 4 days in deliberation to discuss what?
They were just going through the motions.
I
That's
know.
all. That's
I
all
know.
that was.
Yeah,
That's all that was.
Oh, I know that for sure. Because you didn't want us to go, oh, well, we don't want to. Oh, yeah, please hit the like button on the way in or out. Thank you. But
It
yeah,
just looks so cute on that. Eh?
Yeah, I know, right? It'll call light.
Because she was Zen before.
Right. She done transformed.
Maybe she has some laughing Buddha too.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just
yeah, it is. But you have to look at the long picture and see what signals that it sends out there.
Yes, that's
you're going to see all this stuff.
Right. That's where my anxiety sits. It does not sit in just this. It sits in the long game. What is this saying nationwide about these protests? Now, protests have been popping up like wildfire towards the end of Donald Trump's presidency and all that. And they've been dying for a way to suppress these kinds of protests, especially that end with verdicts that are unfavorable and people going to the streets because they've had enough. And they're, this is giving them away, giving them the green light. Hey, if you do this, you say this, or somebody's chasing you because you got a gun and you shot somebody and they're thinking, oh, it's an unarmed, there's a, armed person shooting people, that, oh, we're going to go tackle him and kind of be a hero. That no, you turn around and be, you're not a hero. You're then the aggressor and the criminal because you'll be the one in trouble or dead.
But you know what it does too? It lets them off the hook because somebody else is doing the aggressive part.
Yeah.
If they, we don't have to send in troops.
Right.
If we can just get the hillbillies to come down.
But this is what they've done. They've done this to the British. They've done this to even have their quote unquote independence from the British. That's what they did. They didn't, they weren't starting off with no General Washington at first and everybody's like, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to fight for liberty. No, these were hillbillies. These were good old boys that I don't want to drink no goddamn. I want to drink some coffee. I don't want no damn tea and just,
yeah.
Pop it up in bushes.
Somebody else do your dirty work. And that's what it boils down. Have somebody else do your dirty work.
That's
hey, Tanari, how you doing, baby?
Hey, thank Tanari, you. How are you? But yeah, I just, just crazy, man. Just really crazy.
Look at that. You even brought out the sister wives.
I am at a loss for words with this. I just hope that I don't know. I hope for a different justice system. I really do. I hope for a justice system that is more reflective of us. I know it's not, but because this is crazy. This is crazy.
Thank you, Jess. Yeah, it is.
Tamir Rice. None of these kids were kids. None of these kids was looked at as kids. Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, none of them looked as kids. Quickly, just an adult. In fact, they 17, 16, 13, 12, whatever. Didn't matter. Don't matter. Minute this boy takes his ass and puts his ass in an adult situation, oh, he's a child.
And now he's a
Oh,
child.
he's a child. Oh, he was nervous. He was scared. He's a child.
Remember, I was telling you where that term adolescence came from.
Right. Yeah. Yep. You said it. Okay. I've had enough. I need to go drink. Why are we surprised about the verdict? Yeah, no, I'm not surprised.
No,
It's still anger. It still angers me, though. It still angers me that we can actually sit here and you can have two examples of two different types of justice and still validate one and look at the other and go, well, why wasn't that person then held by the law? If we're looking at, oh, well, he was a kid and he was scared. And okay, so if Trayvon Martin bust his ass, beat Zimmerman's ass because he was chasing it or following him for umpteen blocks, how the hell is he supposed to know what he wanted to do? So when he beat his ass and then tried to get away, he gonna pull out a gun and kill him. But then we're looking at, oh, well, I don't know. Zimmerman said he busted his head up against the concrete.
And he should have, because he was trying to kill him.
Right.
He succeeded in doing.
Right.
What do they think you're supposed to do? That's like shit. In the Ahmaud Arbery case, when they're asking the son that actually murdered him,
right?
You know, you saw that he had no gun, he had no weapons at all,
right?
And you still got out there, and you expect him to stop,
right?
You hunt this guy's down. You know,
I didn't know. Get the hell out of here! Like
they knew what
you knew.
You
knew what you were doing.
You knew what the fuck you were doing.
And then I was thinking about my son, dude. If you was thinking about your son,
you'd have kept your ass home
in the house with your son.
You'd have kept your ass home.
If you was
like I said, all of a sudden, I'm afraid. No, motherfucker, you weren't chasing after him.
Right. And how you afraid chasing after
you got the gun?
That make no sense, right?
You got the gun and the trucks, 2 trucks. All these motherfuckers are guilty.
And then talking about
now see, this is the shit. This is the case I will get pissed behind if it don't go the way it's supposed to go. I don't give a little fuck about that little white boy. Just like I said, it just shows the white people that you are expendable too.
Yeah.
You go for the wrong cause, that you can get it too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I need a drink, and I ain't going out this house. It's dangerous out here. These white people, this is ridiculous.
White people around. Be careful. White people around, but
just be careful, y'all. White people tears.
Mm-mm.
And it's not all white people, and it's not.
No, it's not all white people, but still, the white people that it ain't about ain't checking the white people that it is.
But you still keep a side out, you know.
Yeah,
you got to keep a side out.
I'm watching you, like that old lady from the Women of Brewster place.
I seen you.
Naked curtains up. Asking the other one to get you a towel, dripping wet.
Well, damn, not only was she watching, she was listening hard. I was like, you heard all that?
You heard all that. Heard all of it. Sitting there watching. I guess you would when your husband ain't giving you you need some excitement. Just crazy. But anyway, everybody.
Welcome to America.
Everybody have a great night. Like I said, I just popped on. I'm not gonna labor in it anymore. I just needed to woosah that out because it just.
Well, you were able to vent some of it off, so.
Yes, I was. Okay. Either that or it was gonna go on my community wall, so I figured, hey, why not?
Why not? Now it doesn't have the same impact though.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No. But yeah, this is one for the books. But all right, everybody be safe. Have a blessed night.
Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Yes. And watch out for the white folks because they out here. All right. I can't get over it. Jeez. All right. Peace.
Peace.